You can feel it immediately. That quiet moment when you land on a website or a brand page and everything just feels elevated. It's not loud. It's not trying to impress you. It simply is. That's the invisible power of aesthetic strategy, where every visual, every frame, every line of text works together to say, without words, this brand operates at a higher level. And in today's episode, we're going to unpack exactly how to do that, how aesthetic becomes strategy, and how your visuals can silently communicate proof of sophistication before you ever say a thing. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most entrepreneurs still think design is decoration. They treat it like icing, something to add later, after the funnel's built and the copy's written. But that's not how high-ticket psychology works. Because when you're selling to discerning clients who move from intuition, taste, and perception, your aesthetic isn't a bonus, it's the evidence. Luxury visuals are your credibility. They prove that you understand excellence, not by telling people, but by showing them. Now, here's what most people get wrong about luxury design. They think it's about being pretty, but pretty doesn't sell. Precision does. A luxury brand doesn't just look beautiful, it feels composed. There's rhythm, restraint, silence, air. It feels intentional. And that intention builds trust faster than any testimonial ever could. Because what you're really showing your audience is, if I treat my own brand with this level of discernment, imagine how I'll treat yours. That's the subtext. And it's the reason aesthetic isn't vanity, it's strategy. Think about every luxury brand you know. Hermès, Dior, Aman, Ferrari. Their marketing isn't built on persuasion. It's built on presence. They don't explain why they're worth it. They demonstrate it through their execution. That's what I want for you. Because when your brand feels like an experience, not a transaction, your audience no longer questions your price. They calibrate to your level. Let me give you an example. A while ago, we worked with a consultant whose expertise was extraordinary. Her strategy, brilliant. Her offers, world-class. But her visuals looked like everyone else's. Bright colors, generic fonts, over-explaining everything in text boxes. It didn't feel like the kind of brand that commands $10,000 retainers. So we stripped everything down. We built in negative space, refined her typography, used luxury neutrals, cinematic shadows, and slower rhythm. And here's what happened. Her next 3 inquiries were double her old price point. She hadn't changed her offer. She had changed her aesthetic authority. That's the psychology of elevation. So let's talk about how you actually build it. There are 3 visual cues that signal sophistication instantly, and they're surprisingly simple once you know them. Number 1, silence. Luxury lives in restraint. You'll never see Chanel fill every inch of space with copy. They let the design breathe. In visual psychology, silence communicates confidence. It says, we don't need to explain ourselves. In your business, that means clarity over clutter. Let your visuals whisper, not shout. Number 2, symmetry. Visual balance subconsciously communicates stability. When your layouts, margins, and alignments are consistent, your brain registers safety. It feels trustworthy. And when something feels trustworthy, the barrier to buying drops. This is why we design every Show It template in our luxury template shop with editorial-grade alignment and flow. Because symmetry doesn't just look professional, it feels premium. Your audience may not consciously know why, but they feel the difference. Number 3, substance. Luxury visuals are never just aesthetic. They carry meaning. Every color, texture, and typeface tells a story about the brand's philosophy. For example, matte finishes signal refinement and understatement. Glossy surfaces evoke visibility and energy. Soft gradients communicate serenity and sophistication. When your visuals align with your message, they don't just support it, they amplify it. That's the difference between being seen and being remembered. And here's the most important shift I want you to make today. Stop treating your visuals as a marketing tool, and start treating them as behavioral proof. Because when your aesthetic feels refined, your audience assumes your operations, delivery, and experience are refined too. That's how design becomes credibility. That's how perception becomes profit. And that's how aesthetic becomes strategy. Inside the Signature program, we help our clients build this exact kind of visual psychological alignment, the kind that turns brands into movements. We take your business architecture, offers, and positioning, and weave them together with the same precision luxury brands use to sell desire, trust, and authority through experience alone. And when you combine that with the kind of website aesthetic found in our luxury template shop, your entire digital presence starts doing the selling for you. Because luxury brands don't convince, they command. And when your aesthetic carries that energy, your price point starts to feel inevitable. So, if you're ready to stop blending in and start building a brand that feels as valuable as it is, watch our private training below, where we show you exactly how we help clients reposition their brands for authority, scale, and for $20,000 to $50,000 months, and explore the luxury template shop. Your shortcut to instantly credible visuals built with the psychology of high-ticket elegance. Because when aesthetic becomes strategy, you stop explaining your worth. You start embodying it.